Hello, hello. Happy Thursday. Hope you're having a great week. Sure am here. I am so excited. I have so much to tell you and so many cool things to show you tonight. So I'm going to get started right away. If you come in late, you might have to go back and watch a little bit. A couple things. Stampin' Up's new year starts October 1st. I know, kind of crazy, right? But that's when our year goes. It ends at the end of September and it starts on October 1st. So for me, it's kind of like New Year's resolutions, only it's new Stampin' Up year resolutions. So I just wanted to let you know a little bit about upcoming classes, things like that. I will get everything announced for you really, really soon so you can start to plan. But the way my paid classes will be, now these don't change at all. Mondays and Thursdays, Facebook Live, we are here. But I'm also going to add some classes like our Christmas card club, where you get all the packet in the mail, like, oh, I have one here somewhere I could show you, but you get everything pre-cut, ready to go, super easy. You get that in the mail. And how that's going to work is rather than charge you, a set fee for the class, you will place an order. And that's how the Christmas card club works. You place a $50 order, you get all that stuff plus a full class on how to put it all together. So that's what's going to happen going forward. Love that idea, because then I'm not shipping you anything other than the card kit. I don't have to worry about waiting for the stamp sets to get to me. I don't have to worry about making sure things get here on time. So that will make it much simpler to plan, simpler to get them out to you, and you can get them faster. So I'm looking forward to that. Okay. But before that, we have one more super cool, really different, really unique, and I've been talking about it a little bit, but I wanted to show you what exactly is going to be included. And this is my Vermont retreat. Now, we have 7 fantastic people that are going to come spend the weekend with me here in Vermont. But we have an equal number of you so far that are going to do this online. And how does that work? But it's not on Facebook. It will be in my Zoom room, which means you can chat with us. You can be on camera if you want to be, but you don't have to be. And everything that we do, we will share with you. We will have, when we sit down and we're talking and we're having snacks, we'll share that with you. Sorry, we can't pass the snacks, but we'll tell you what we're making. All the classes, Friday night, all day Saturday, Saturday night, Sunday morning, all of those classes are included. And this one is focusing on all Stampin' Up! Product, but Cricut Design Space and Sure Cuts a Lot SVG education. So it's not just making a card. We're going to do projects, but we're also going to learn a lot about using our Cricuts to full capabilities and how to get your SVGs to do what you want. So I'm super excited about it, but I kind of wanted to show you what is going to be in the goodie bag. So I can't show you everything, but I'm going to give you an idea of what's coming. So don't look at this. This is tonight's project. This is the goodie bag for the people. I don't think you're going to get this pumpkin unless I can get some smaller ones, because it won't fit in a package. But we are going to do something with this pumpkin. So I'm going to try and find some littler ones that will fit in our packet. But all of this is coming in the box. So let me break it down. You will get, this is our Friday night class, which is going to be called the Cards in a Box class. And this will have 3 different cards. Everything you need will be in here with the exception of the stamp set. And I will tell you what we're using, but honest to goodness, you could use, if you don't have that one, you'll have time to pick it up, or you could use something that you already have. That would be your call. It wouldn't look exactly like ours, but you could do that. I'm not there. Okay, so that's Friday night. Saturday morning, we're going to get up first thing. We're going to do Cricut Design Space. Now, if you're thinking, well, I don't really have design space, I don't really do that. Well, that's okay because you can still do the projects with other ways. You could still cut your items. You could still, most of these will be things that you could do even if you don't own a Cricut. But if you own a Cricut, you're going to love it. Okay, this, I'm not even going to tell you what we're going to make, but it's a super cute chalkboard with a ribbon. That will come in your box. The frame that you're going to get is 8 by 8. They're not here yet, so this little one is just tucked in here to remind me to tell you about the frame. You will get a complete pack of wrapped in plaid 6 by 6 paper. You will get a take your pick tool. You will get, one of the classes is fancy fold cards. You will get a kit, a class kit to make your fancy fold cards, including envelopes. You will get a USB with SVG files on it so that you could cut this with a Brother Scan and Cut if your Scan and Cut can cut SVGs. You can use this to store your SVGs on. SVGs are files that your Cricut cuts. And then you will also get a pack of Come Together. It will be cut purposefully so that it will fit in the flat padded envelope and not be giving all of our money to the post office. So that's what's coming in your kit. If you are interested in this fall education retreat, you will get at least $60 in product and then some, because you will get at least 20 different files on here, probably more, and 3 days of education with us here in Vermont, even though you're not really here. All the classes are presented live and recorded so that you have them forever. You'll be enrolled in them. To find out where it is and get all the details, you just go to karamiller.com, click on Classroom, and you'll see the Vermont Fall Education Retreat right at the top of the page. Okay? Okay. I am super excited. I can't wait to do this. I love these events. It's been a couple years since I've done one, and it's so much fun. So tiring, but so much fun. Okay? So that's what we're doing. If you have a friend who may not be here because they're a Cricut friend, please share this with them. I would love to have more Cricut friends come join us and get to cut the Stampin' Up! Paper and see how fun it is and see what we're going to be doing. Lana will actually physically be there. I'm excited. Lana's doing it as a family reunion. She and her daughters are coming. We are going to have a blast. I guess that's all I can tell you about it now, but just know it's going to be super fun. Okay? And please, please get yourselves enrolled. It will sell out. I don't have an endless amount of these supply kits over here. So if you're thinking about doing it, you need to jump in. Okay, enough of that. Let's move that out of the way. Remember, it's right, you just go to the karamiller.com classroom and you will find it. Okay, so tonight we're making a card. And this is our card that we're making tonight. Let's zoom in so you can see the details. Right? He's so cute, I love him. He's got his little scarf. Okay, so how are we gonna do this one? This is using the Merry Moose bundle. We're using the Moose Punch. And I also use the classic label punch just for the sentiment on the cover. This is one of the new ribbons, and I should know what their name is. It's like curly, real red something. Those of you that participated in the ribbon share, a bunch of them shipped yesterday, more are coming today. So, and this is in the ribbon share. What else do I need to, the paper. So this is from the Night Before Christmas Designer Series paper. And it's so cute. It's really like, it reminds me of, do you ever find stacks of old Christmas cards and the images on them? That's kind of what it reminds me of. It's really different paper. It's not cheesy, but it's really cool. So there's a tree, there's this reindeer, stockings, but they're really different. Santa hats, sort of wrapping paper-ish. They're just really different, but yet older looking. Okay, but they're in this pack. Keep going. There is, ta-da, this piece of paper. So you're going to want that piece of paper. There's 4 of them. And then notice on the other side, they're really awesome subtles. You know, no, that's not, they're not subtle colors. They're subtle patterns, though, that you would use on so many things. This doesn't have to scream Christmas. This one doesn't. Lots of them don't scream Christmas. Some do, but not lots of them. They're more, you could use them for anything. Retro. That's great, Penny. I like that. That's a really good word for it. Okay, so first things first is you need to cut this down. Oh, and we're going to use an old olive card base. So this was 8.5 by 11, and I cut this in half. I do that wrong every time. I'm so sorry. 8.5 by 11, cut in half. So now it's 8.5 by 5.5. And then I'm going to score it at 4 1/4. So let's get to my, whoops, my trimmer's upside down here. My little trimmer fell apart. Okay. So we are going to score this at 4 1/4. And that is the front of our card. Okay. This piece, see, it comes with like the tree stands on it, and I don't want those. I want this to look like a forest, so I want to get rid of those. So I'm going to cut this at 5 1/4. By 4. Okay. So then this piece is going to go right on the front of my card. Super, super, super simple. So because this is so simple, now we're going to step it up a little. Okay, we are going to take this piece and our snips, and we are going to cut out this to give us this dimension right here. Can you see? These guys are up on dimensionals. They add to the front of the card. So, but it's just kind of a flat edge here, so I kind of need to make it have a little something. So even though the branches really aren't here, I just kind of zigzagged. I didn't really like get super fussy here. Then on these, I did cut these branches. Remember, when you're fussy cutting, you're turning the paper, not the scissor. And you don't have to get really fussy if you don't want to, if that really makes you crazy. Just do the best you can right along the edge of the tree, but you're not really doing the branches. Right? And I only did the front tree, the front 2. You could continue on if you wanted that other one, but I didn't. And this, I want as much detail as I can, because this part's going to show a little more. The left-hand side of the tree is going to show a little bit more than the right. If you don't like the way you cut it, now when you get down in here, again, there's no edges. Let me zoom in. Well, that's a little crazy. That's a little too zoomy. I can't hold it that still. Okay. When you get over here, the branches are behind these other boughs, so I just kind of have to make my own, which actually makes it easier. And you're just going to kind of rough it. Right? Sorry, I got too far away from the camera. Just like that. Okay. And then I'm going to do this side in between the tree, just down to where you can see that it, just down to there. So I come back over here, and now I'm going to go in and I'm going to get the branches a little more detail-y. And just stop when you get here. Don't go all the way, just like that. All right, now we're going to put this together with some dimensionals. And you're just going to put on, this one is going to be in the back. So I'm going to put one dimensional here. This guy, the little one, this one, I want to be in the front and I want it a little higher. So I'm going to stack two. I'm going to put one down and lift. And then pop another one on top. So I'm going to have two dimensionals. So you can see there, this has one, this has two. Then I'm going to grab some snail and put it on the bottom. All right? And then I find the right spot where it blends in just right with my trees, and I pop it down. And now you can see that this one sticks up a little bit more than this one. Can you see that? Right? Super detail. Okay, and now it's time for the moose. For the moose, you're going to want a scrap of, oh, in my cleaning up, I probably tossed it. Where is he? Yep, I did. Oh, golly. Where is that piece of paper? Sorry, I had him right here. You're going to want a scrap of soft suede. And you're going to want a piece of Whisper White. And you don't need a big one. And I'm not finding my soft suede. Oh, here it is. Sorry, I put my book down on top of it. And it's just a scrap. So I'm going to just do him first. He's just going to get punched out. He's going to be the shadow to your moose to give you a little bit more. All right, so you just need a moose. And he's going to tuck under here just a little. See, his back leg is going to be behind the tree. And you can snail him down. Because you know what? If I don't snail him down, I'll probably lose him by the time I get to it. And he's just going to be the shadow for my upper moose. Now, you could have inked around the edges if you wanted to give him a little bit more, but now we're going to do our stamping with our Whisper White. And I'm using my Stamparatus because this is a 2-layered stamp. I'm going to get my background and my top layer of my moose. All right, and I used crumb cake for the background. And we're going to bring it over. And then I used soft suede for the outline of my moose. Okay. And then isn't he cool? I love him. Look how cool he is, right? Super cool moose. And then we're going to punch him out. Now, if you have him up too high, you might have to trim. See, I can't quite get up where I need to get. So I just need to trim a little bit down so that my punch fits in where I want it. And then bring in my punch. And line this up. There he is. Okay. Line him up and punch. And then before I put him down, I am going to Wink of Stella him. I don't know why I've lost everything tonight. Just to make him look even cooler, to make him kind of stand out a little bit. Although I've never really seen a glittery moose before. Okay, so now I'm going to set this aside and let him dry. And then I'm going to do my sentiment, which is right here, and I'm going to do this in my soft suede. And I picked Happiest of Holidays. And I just did the little piece of, I'm still using that same white up at the top. And I will say that it just barely fits in this classic label. You've never seen a sparkly moose either, Penny? I know. But you know, you can't go wrong with glitter. You can see that it just barely fits in there. But it does. And then we're going to put this all together. Let's get Mr. Moose out of the way. So before we stick everybody down, we are going to put some mini dimensionals on the back of this. Sentiment. Penny, I have so many favorites. You've missed a few while you've been gone. Okay, there's my Happiest of Holidays. And then my moose. But before he goes down, I need to put his scarf on. So I just took this and wrapped it around his neck. And I literally tied a double knot. I don't really think it needs a double knot, but it seemed to look okay. So just around, pulled it tight and went around again. And then I trimmed the scarf and kind of foofed the edges with my scissor. If you need a glue dot to hold it in place, you can. Right? This is the end of the ribbon, so it was kind of flowy to start with. Maybe I'm allergic to mousse. Okay. Good enough. Lay down. And then I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back of him. Well, what I did with the stars, you're getting ahead of me there, lady. I brought in some of the rhinestones and added those, but you could. But you know what those actually are? If you look at this paper really close, they're light bulbs. So they're like those retro, they have a good name. What are they called? You know those Edison light bulbs? Is that it? I think that's what they are. And there is our moose. He needs a glue dot because his scarf is just flying. I wish I could do that in real life when my scarf wasn't staying where it ought to. just stick a glue dot on my neck. Oh, much better. And then I took some of these, and I took the itty bittiest ones, and I just put a couple in here to add a little more glitter to the top. You were thinking, just like me, can never have too much glitz. So there is our mousse. Not the card that you probably thought I was going to make when I said I was going to work with a mousse, but I really like him. I think he's super cute. And if you look at the stamp set, there are so many options with it. It's got, no, it just has the mousse. It doesn't have thinlits that go with it. It doesn't have any dies, but this little raccoon is adorable. The mousse is, there's two. There's a shadow and then the detail. You could put a scarf on him. And then it has, I love these fonts too. Happiest of Holidays. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Merry Moose. Merry Christmas. Enjoy the stillness of the season. Have a cozy Christmas. And then gifts and snow and a Santa hat and a star. So this one's really, really got a lot of options. But I just really like this. And this paper, I have to say, was not my favorite penny when I first looked at it. But the more I look at it, I really like the retro feel. And I'm glad you said retro because I couldn't think of that. Isn't he cute? I love him. And you don't have to do the fussy cutty thing if you don't like it, but it really takes the card a whole new level when you do. All right, everybody, have a great weekend, and I really, really hope to see as many of you as can in Vermont, even if it's only remotely. I'm so excited about that. Oh, the dates, October 20th, 18th, 19th, and 20th. See you soon. Have a great weekend. Bye.